Hi friends, welcome back to Take 5 of Pretty Nerdy. We have another indie spotlight this week. I know we talked about this before. I am probably only going to be doing indie spotlight for the next 6 to 8 weeks and no other content because all these great books just keep flooding my inbox and I want to be able to read and talk about as many of them as I can. Before we jump in, I just want to shout out the guys over at SPEC TALES. Thank you for having me last night. We recorded an episode. We talked about my big grail tale. So if you want to hear that episode and all the other episodes they do, go find them wherever you get your podcasts from. They have had so many awesome people on the show, so definitely go and take a listen. This week's book came to me from the author Adam Rose, and the book is called Corollary, and it is being published by SourcePoint Press. Adam describes the book as a space odyssey filled with family drama, so immediately I knew I was going to at least enjoy this book because, Saga's my favorite, so hand in hand, right? So the basic premise of the story is that everything comes in two, including people. Everybody has a twin, and if one of the twins dies, then so does the other. Captain Andronima's twin passed away and they did not. So that is the main character of the story. And the story has to do a lot with everybody kind of wanting a piece of her. Like they want to know why she didn't pass away when that's what happens to everybody. So various groups from different planets use different tactics to try and get that information from her. So, some are like threatening death, and then others are offering her like goods and services and money and whatever spoils they can offer her to try and get her to talk to them or let them experiment on her or get any kind of information from her. So now that we've gotten into the plot a little bit, I want to talk about the art. Hi, Echo. So one of the first things I noticed about the art in this book is it's very similar to Jeff Lemire. Is it Lemire or Lemire? Somebody comment because I don't know. It's one or the other. So the art is very similar to Jeff's. And then also there was a B cover for Suicide Squad King Shark #5, and the artist was Sia Oum. And it was all those like pinks and purples and blues and very just like dreamlike. And I would compare the art to those two things a lot. These like dreamy pink and purple and blue color palettes are kind of referred to as bisexual lighting sometimes, which I love. And I would also reach to say that this book has a little bit of Motor Crush vibes too when it comes to the art and the plot. The dialogue in this story is exactly how I like it. It's smooth, it's not too text heavy, easy to follow, easy to tell what part of the dialogue is coming from what character. They also plop in a little bit of LGBTQ plus representation in the best way, where it's like, all right, we're subtly acknowledging this, but we're not making it a whole thing because it doesn't need to be a whole thing. It's just this is happening to this person, and that's that. So I loved that it was just a one panel situation that kind of gave us a little more insight on who this main character was and like what her life is like. I know I compared this to Saga a little bit in the beginning, and as I read, I kind of agreed with that sentiment more and more. Like even the main character is almost akin to Alana in Saga. She's got that attitude, that take no bullshit type dialogue, and I see a lot of similarities between the two. I would also kind of compare the main character a little bit to Star-Lord because she kind of gets herself stuck in these binds, and at one point, like, she even got confused as a intergalactic veterinarian because she snuck in somewhere she wasn't supposed to be, and they were expecting a veterinarian, so they just assumed it was her. I'm not going to go any further into the plot for you because in the last 3 pages, there is an absolute bombshell, and you're going to want to read all the way to the end, and you're definitely going to want to pick up the next issue after you read those last 3 pages. I did not expect what came at all, and now I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs like, all right, when can I get more story? This book is going to be available in your local comic shop on April 20th. If they have not ordered it, I'm going to drop the code in the show notes to let you know what code to tell your shop owner to get them to order this book. It's also available for pre-order on sourcepointpress.com. Okay, so, I mean, the part that everybody waits around for, what are we going to rate this book out of 10? I think this is the first time I'm giving an Indie Spotlight book a 10. This is exactly how I like my comics. It's got that representation, it's got that easy dialogue, it's got that beautiful art, it's got that big twist at the end. SourcePoint really picks up awesome indie books, so I encourage you to check out what you can find on their website, see if anything strikes your fancy. This definitely is a great book that they picked up, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. Thanks for stopping by again. Next week we are going to have 2 indie spotlights because I took a little bit of personal time, a little mental health time, and I definitely want to make sure that the book that I was supposed to review last week gets reviewed as quick as possible because it really is an absolute gem, and I can't wait to tell you guys more about it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, make sure you check out SPEC Tales wherever you get your podcasts, and I'll see you next week.